stop. You've already spent a ton of money developing your website and it has not brought you any business. Maybe that's the case for you, or maybe you're just in the process of considering Real Geeks as an option to move your real estate website to. Either way, this video is for you. Before you spend another dollar or another day reading through endless reviews, attending sales calls, researching your options, let me save you some serious time. I guarantee by the end of this video, you will know whether Real Geeks is the right choice for you or if it's not. So let's start with the good. Pro number 1, the website. There is no doubt that Real Geeks has a highly optimized website for lead generation. So if that is a priority for you, if you're already investing lots of money in online lead generation and you're not seeing any results, a website is a key factor, especially when it comes to Google. Real Geeks puts websites together fast. These guys can have a website up and running in under a week. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but the average provider doing the same thing, creating an IDX website, integrating your MLS, which is a very complex process, that's gonna take 4 to 6 weeks minimum. Again, that's with most other providers. Of course, there are exceptions, but if you are looking for efficiency, you don't wanna waste a lot of time getting set up, and you want the out-of-the-box option to work, that means the template that Real Geeks comes with is one that you don't have to do a lot of tweaking to. You really can add your logo, add your brand colors, and you are ready to go. You could start generating leads on Google as soon as the same day that your website gets launched, which leads me naturally to my second pro, which is lead generation. I am a firm believer, after working with hundreds of agents and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads, that there are 2 types of websites out there, folks. One for lead generation and one for your brand. If you have a beautiful branded aesthetic website, it is likely not going to produce the same or better results than a lead generation optimized website. These things are just very different. And don't get me wrong, it's all good to have a branded website, but the goal of a branded website is brand awareness, and the goal of a lead generation website is lead generation. Pro number 3, these websites are fast. Not only in the time to get you up and running, but ultimately they are very quick. The experience from the user side is very pleasant. These websites not only feature a website, but property updates that are automated so that your leads are always in the loop as far as what's going on based on the saved search that they have set up. And the final pro, though controversial, is ultimately this is an all-in-one solution. So if you are looking for an out-of-the-box website that is ready to go, a CRM that you can start working in immediately, there's very little time to get set up for this platform, and it is going to give you everything you need on a basic level to get started. And when I say get started, I mean if you're actually just getting started, not if you are switching over to this and of course are already generating thousands of leads. Then you're going to want to listen a little bit further in the video, because we do have some recommendations if you are going to scale with Real Geeks. There are, of course, some limitations to the platform. The first con is actually the final pro. An all-in-one solution does have its advantages. There's no doubt about it. It's nice to have everything all in one place. But is that the most reasonable expectation of the technology? Of course, in a perfect world, and ultimately, all-in-one solutions are a marketing tool. This is being marketed to you because technology companies know that you as a consumer like the appeal of that. Unfortunately, what that leads to is a lot of frustration for agents, and ultimately it reduces their openness to layer on third-party softwares. This isn't such a big deal if you're only generating maybe 100 leads per month, but once you get into the thousands, and now you're calling thousands of leads, emailing thousands of leads, trying to nurture thousands of leads, of course, there are some additional things that you're going to want to layer onto your process, and you're going to want solutions in your CRM to do that. Which leads me to con number 2, the dialing system. There is no built-in dialer for Real Geeks. Yes, you can send text through Real Geeks, but if you do want to dial out of the platform, then that's going to require you to layer on a third-party dialer. Could you just call the leads from your cell phone? For sure, but that's not going to be tracked in your CRM. And if you're working as a solo agent or if you're working as a team, that likely influences your decision as well. If you are working as a team, you want that to be a feature that definitely exists in your software. There are options that you can layer on as third-party dialing options, and that is what a lot of our clients end up doing. But I'm very familiar with the resistance to layer on third-party options. All I can say to that is don't knock it till you try it. If this integration that seems complicated at first could ultimately vastly improve your contact rate, your qualification rate, maybe it's worth it. Con number 3, and this is specifically for my folks that love a beautiful branded website. Real Geeks is not necessarily going to be that option. You could seek help in getting your Real Geeks website customized by a third-party developer. There are definitely options to do that. But again, the best option for you may very well be having 2 websites. You can have a website that is hosted at the same root domain, vary that with subdomains. There are ways to do that so that it all appears consistent to the consumer and also works for you and your purposes. Let's also talk through the price points, because of course that's a huge factor when making a decision like what CRM to use for your business. Now, there are a few different pricing tiers for Real Geeks. The lowest level tier, the Grow tier at $299, is essentially just the website and a very basic CRM. All the options thereafter do include some element of lead generation that is pre-packaged with your monthly rate. The difference, now take the Grow and Expand packages, for example, is the amount of leads that you can anticipate to get. Agent Launch has now recommended Real Geeks for years. They have always been an excellent option, and we have a great relationship with them. I would confidently recommend their website package to any agent looking to generate leads online. Before you consider upgrading to a more expensive package per month, even though the leads are included, check out the link in our video description to join the Agent Launch community. We actually offer a complete DIY course that will show you how to set up your own Google Ads, save yourself the extra spend, and take control of your own lead generation. So definitely check it out if that is something you're interested in. This is going to give you full visibility into what's actually happening in your ad account. Be forewarned that if you do opt for any of these higher packages, though it includes lead generation, you're not necessarily going to ever see into your ad account, and you don't own that asset. Something to keep in mind. There has been some talk as well in this video about what if I want to scale with Real Geeks. So there is no dialing solution. What should I layer on if I do need that as an option? Many of our agents are leveraging Follow Up Boss layered onto Real Geeks. This combination seems to be the most effective for agents that are dialing at a high volume. And when I say dialing at a high volume, I mean making more than 100 calls per month. Or of course, if you're working in a team and you need a very solid reporting system and dialing system for all of your agents to use, Follow Up Boss layers onto Real Geeks beautifully. You could look at also integrating a third-party dialer like the Mojo dialer. In our experience, agents ultimately prefer layering on the Follow Up Boss system. It's a very user-friendly interface. And again, works very well with the Real Geeks platform. Hopefully you feel a little bit more prepared to make a decision on whether or not Real Geeks is right for you or not. If you have questions, I would love for you to drop them in the comments below. Hearing the specific questions you have around software helps us make better content in the future. And if you're considering Real Geeks because you are ready to start investing in online lead generation, we would love to connect with you. That's exactly what we do over at Agent Launch. I encourage you to book a call with our team in the link down below.